Did I do good?
You did fine.
All right.
Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Tom, I didn't forget you. I'm missing a card. I am looking. I'm missing one card. I'm gonna get them up. Tomorrow, I will get them. If I can't get it this year, I'll be more than you. I will be user stick. Okay. You're gonna be around this weekend. Okay, I'm gonna get it done. So track me down somewhere along this weekend, and I'll have it.
Other than that, we can look for it after.
Yeah, I want to. It's not that I forgot.
No, okay.
I've been searching for this part and I cannot find it. I replaced it with another one that's got more memory, but I can't find that one. So I'm looking. So, but I know John. I know I gave John all the pictures. So he has them. I will get them.
All right. Sounds good. Appreciate you coming over and telling me.
No problem, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone.
You won't let me do it.
On behalf of Hall of Fame Chairman Fraser Hemley, welcome to our 30th annual Hall of Fame game in this, the 54th year of the Provincial Open. The reception today was courtesy of Bowl, Ontario and Fraser Hemley, and we thank both of them for their generosity and support. Side?
I see you.
Oh, I see. There's a camera.
There's two.
These provincial championships.
I like to see the shadow.
These provincial championships continue to be the highlight of the bowling season. And to their credit, several Hall of Famers are both bowling and coaching this week. Before I announce who they are personally, it's been a good year for the Heaney family. Kathy, I, and Jan traveled to Australia and New Zealand during January and February. Now, to the proprietors that are here, mind you, it was 10 pin, but bowling in Sydney, Australia was $17 a game, Helen. Did you hear that? $17 a game. And the girl says we have a bargain, 2 for $29. And in New Zealand, it was $16 a game, so they weren't fooling around. It was all open play. They had never heard of league bowling. But here this year, I'm going to be coaching the seniors along with Glenn McGee and Ron Roeder, who are some fellow coaches. In the singles, I think we've got 5 Hall of Famers. Terry Little. There he is back there, already. Terry Little, Paul Asselin, Tom England, Lynn White, and Connie Ward are all in the singles. Terry Little has the most singles appearances among the men. I think he's at 24. And Lynn White has now tied Sue Wakeland as with the most on the ladies' side, and I think they're at 27. So that's Sue and Lynn White. Tom England, who will be arriving, I'm sure, later on, will also bowl in the men's singles with his son Jeff. And that may be a first. I'm really not sure if it is or not, but two father and son are in the singles. Jim Thorpe, of course, and Brenda Pencoff are in the mixed team from Middlesex Elgin. Roger Davies, Bernie Menard, and Pat Jepson are also on senior teams. And I hope I haven't missed any. And also, as we age, we play tribute and remember our Hall of Famers who have passed away since last year, and specifically, just one name, and that's good, really, but Johnny Scholes, I think, passed away just last year after we were here, and he was out in Western Canada. Well, Johnny represented Niagara, a gentleman most of us knew, smooth as glass. He bowled a perfect game in 1941. But he was here each and every year, and so we remember John Scholes. But on the plus side, the Blue Jays are tied for first place. The Toronto Maple Leafs are going to be in the playoffs.
What about Detroit?
dismissed. And our soccer team, get following them, I don't think they've scored a goal yet in league play. So they're trying to get that sorted out. But on the Hall of Fame side, these are the cream of the crop. These are the best of our game over the years. And Fraser Hampton has been our chair, and he leads it off. He's an influence in our sport. He bowls on the lane, helps on the admin side, and he's currently, of course, the Hall of Fame chairman. He said we'd have a short meeting today. It lasted an hour and a half. So his definition of short and ours are different. He's a four-time Ontario singles champion. He won in '68 and '73. He repeated in 1990 and '92. His first two wins were parlayed into Canadian championships as well. He's the winner of high average titles in 7 consecutive decades, 16 perfect games, and voted the #1 player of all time. He turned 75 on March the 14th, and coincidentally, that was the same day Dottie Britton, who wasn't able to make it here today, she was 90. So, like I say, birthdays that are happening. You know, it's Mike Kite whispered in my ear that Ernie Hughes says to say hello. If you remember Ernie Hughes, he's 101 and will be 102 this spring. So that's a hello from Ernie Hughes. And I'll probably mention it later as well, but Ann McHugh, who was here. Who's here? Ann's here. Ann and I celebrated a birthday yesterday. So that's her and I are on the same date. And she is just slightly older than I am. But as I say, it's certainly just a couple of social notes. Gordie Hobson is here today, and Gordie bowled in 17 opens. He won 6 NBA events, bowled a perfect game, he won a new car. He still plays on the senior tour a little bit, and tries to be as competitive as he can. Hall of Famer Gordie Hobson. Of course, joining him from Windsor is Pat Jepson. She was a proprietor for over 25 years, as well as being a former BPAO president. She raised millions of dollars for charity in her center, and she's been inducted into the Brampton Sports Hall of Fame. And as I say, she's on the Western Ontario senior team. Pat Jepson. Donnie Betts is here. Former Ontario champion from the Niagara Peninsula. He won here in '84. He has a 262 lifetime average in the Masters. He's been to the Open 26 times. He says he's retired from on-lane activity. This gentleman has too much talent to retire, I assure you. And if he chooses to do that, he'll be missed. We'll be glad to take his money here every year at the Hall of Fame game. Our old pal Donnie Betts. Mickey Piker is here. He's always enjoyed tournament play, a regular with the Master Bowlers Association, both in the tournament division and the senior tour. He bowled in 25 opens, and in 2012 bowled a 369 single, the highest game ever bowled in this Hall of Fame program. Mickey Piker. Terry Little is here. Terry, come on out. Terry is still extremely active, and this week is bowling in the singles representing Western Ontario. He began to bowl in the Open in 1980, and this year is 39
as they fill in
years. He won a team title here in '95, a singles title in 2010,
and move it.
And
As
of
they
course,
fill in,
many of us
you just
remember
kind of
his
pan with them as
birthday
they walk
over
down.
here in 2002, winning him over $18,000. In the Masters, Terry now has 5 provincial wins, 6 national medals, and just 10 days ago, I guess, won the MBAO OSO event here at Sherwood. And as he was quick to tell me as well, he also bowled a 418 single recently. Terry Little. Kenny Rohr is here from Woodstock and inducted to the Players Division in 1995. Kenny's bowled for over 50 years. Back in the CBA days in the 50s, rolled an 11-26 triple at their year-end event. He dominated league play and tournament play and bowled a perfect game in 1960 and won the Canadian title that same year in Calgary. That's Ken Rohr. As Pollock is here, and Cass won this event in the 50s, and he supports the Open each and every year. It's a pleasure to see both he and his wife. He's won tournaments in Stony Creek, Hamilton, and across Ontario, and high averages in league play as well. Cass Pollock. John Mattioli was born in Fano, Italy, and he enjoyed 2 bowling careers. He was on CBC way back in 1963 and won the Provincial Open in '68 with the Toronto men. He continues as a dominant bowler both in league play and the Masters, and he's as good as ever, John Mattioli. He was just inducted as a legend in Central Ontario as well. He's leading the seniors aggregate too. Lots going on. It's only going to get better for us. Sue Langton is here, as I mentioned earlier, bowling in 38 consecutive Opens on the Tri-County teams. That's certainly an outstanding achievement in our sport. And as I say, along with Lynn White, they have the most singles appearances at 27 times. So that's from Woodstock, Sue Langton. Glenn McGee is here, a lifetime volunteer. He's coaching here for the 30th year. He's from his Kingston base. He's built our sport at all levels, from the Special Olympics to the YBC to the elite program. With his wife Sheila, they're antique car enthusiasts and continue to raise money for charity in Eastern Ontario. As I say, a medical marvel each year. Glenn McGee. Diane Harrison is here. She began her bowling career. Where is she? There she comes. She began her bowling career in the old CJBC, the Canadian Junior Bowling Congress at April Lanes. Bowled in 23 Opens starting in 1973 and won the singles here in 1984. She also won 3 NBA events and over the years has watched her daughters perform here as well. Diane Harrison. Mike Bates is here, a native of Hamilton. Mike bowled in the YBC at Bolodrome, was good enough to bowl at the Canada Games in '83 where they won the gold medal. He qualified for the Open 22 times and won gold in Saskatoon in '84. Mike averaged 260 in the Masters for over 1,000 games, won 6 national gold medals. In tournaments, he has won nearly $100,000 and continues to assist with the promotion of our sport right here in Hamilton. Mike Bates. Pleasure to see Ian Cameron here this week. Ian has bowled in 30 Opens. He's a former president of the Master Bowlers of Ontario and the London Five-Pin Association. He was ranked 2nd in the top 90 balloting and inducted to the Players Division in 1996 and also the Builders Division as a dual inductee in our sport. Ian Cameron. Brenda Pankoff is here. I always think she's a young Hall of Famer. She's developed her talents in the YBC. She's won several Masters tournaments. She has 6 gold medals and a national singles crown. She qualified for the Open 33 consecutive years. Also served administratively with the Masters in the '05 in London. She was number 10 on the all-time list and is president right now of Middlesex Elgin. And she's still working on that elbow injury from a few years ago and getting her game back in shape. But that's Brenda Heaney Hancock. Anne McHugh is here. There she comes. Anne is a former everything here in Hamilton, from the YBC to the presidency of the zone to the management of this bowling center. Both Ann and I, as I said, share the same birthday, and that was yesterday. So we not only wish her happy birthday, but we always remember her husband, Ron, who passed away a few years ago. Ann Dupuy. As a member of the Hall of Fame, Mark Ratkin has been a perennial participant at the Open, 28 years with Central Ontario. Here she is. The first steps to Harvard. In 1973, Mark won the Canadian Masters singles title. In tournament play, she won several national events, including a new car in 1967. And as I said, I was checking some notes, and her and I both won the 1977 double knockout in Oshawa. And last year, she was inducted into the Central Ontario Hall of Fame. Mark Ratkin. Ian Wilson is here from Hamilton. I'm looking, here he is.
He's at the bar.
At the bar. Mary wouldn't be happy with you.
That's why God's a woman.
Mary's going to check that out. But his career began here in 1962. He's got 2 perfect games, a 1978 Masters win in Calgary, and a mixed team win here in 1984. Ian Wilson. Paul Asselin has been a coach in bowling, and his bowling in this week is as good as ever. He'll be on the Niagara men's team and in the singles. He's been a master bowler for over 40 years, and he just placed in the Special Olympics tournament 10 days ago with my daughter, and she was ecstatic. And as they say, they picked up a few dollars. Paul Asselin. Mike Kite is here as well. Where's Mike? I heard the voice. He was just downstairs giving everybody all the directions for the coaches. But he continues to volunteer with the Ontario 5 and is tournament director here this week. He served at the local and provincial levels, and while enjoying a grandson, both Mike and his wife Doreen were inducted into the Richmond Hill Sports Hall of Fame. Once again, from the Hill, Mike Kite. Ellen McCallum is here. She's maybe up in her office. There she is, right there. Oh, exactly. Good. She's at home at these Sherwood Lanes and runs the place and very involved with the preparations this week. To reach Hall of Fame, this Hall of Fame, Helen rolled record scores across Ontario, starting in Woodstock, Hamilton, Sudbury, Barrie, and now back home. She's won 5 national titles and 10 NBA events and qualified 28 years for our Open. Helen McCallum. And now living in Port Dover. That's Betty. Betty Jones was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1993. And her career began here in Hamilton. She was a member of the powerful Bardon #1 team that won 13 league championships. She bowled in 21 Opens, won 4 national titles, and is now a dual inductee, a player and a builder, to our Hall of Fame, Betty Jones. Bernie Menard is here from the Ottawa Valley. There he is. Bernie represents the large Menard clan. Bernie won 11 NBA events and 2 national gold medals. He's been to 14 Opens at least, has 1 national bronze, and this week, of course, he's on the Ottawa Valley Seniors. Bernie Menard. The legend, Jim Thorpe, is here. Where's Jim? Continues to star in the bowling world. Looks ready to play, doesn't he? Jeez. He's won 3 provincial opens here, has 2 Canadian titles, 1 as a single and 1 on the mixed team. And this year he joins Brenda Pancock on the Middlesex Elgin mixed team as well. From St. Thomas, Jim Thorpe. Ron Roeder is here. Where's Ron? He got these new shirts on from Grand River. There he is. A sizing problem was the phrase I heard. But like I say, we'll see what happens with those. Ron is a sought-after coach who will guide the Grand River seniors this week. He just got recognized for his 24th year here. He began at Waterloo Lanes, and over the years he has received a variety of awards at the annual convention and AGM. The Roeder name is synonymous with bowling, and Ron has certainly led the way, keeping the family name in front of all the bowling world. Ron Roeder. Len White is here from Collingwood. Len will represent Huronia in the Open this year. Her singles appearance will be her 27th, and this, as I say, ties her with Sue Wanklin. It's also her 35th appearance. She won the singles title here in 2000, and her daughter Andrea will also be bowling as well, as she is on the mixed team from Huronia. So ladies and gentlemen, that's Lynn White. Roger Davies joins us here from Oshawa. Roger won the singles here in 1982, and he won nationally that year in Calgary as well. Still playing on the U.S. Duck Pin Tour, Roger is enjoying some success there as well. Ladies and gentlemen, from Oshawa, Roger Davies. Now living in Ancaster, Tom Patterson was inducted into the Legends Division of the Hall of Fame this past year. Along with a perfect game, he has bowled record scores in several centers across Ontario, has 4 Provincial Open titles and a silver medal nationally, and also a former politician, Tom Patterson. Marie and Murray Neef will join us. They're both in the Hall of Fame, and they'll come out together. They've got their Hall of Fame rings on. One faces one way, one the other. So they've got it covered. But volunteers extraordinaire, Marie and Murray Neef. They'll be here at the Open on the doors and everything. They began with the YBC, and now they're both part of the HBA as well. So a wonderful couple and a wonderful set of volunteers. Marie and Murray Neef. This might be the last one, but I'm not sure. But when you've been around this game a while, I can't believe still that Connie Ward is 50. Where is that woman? Where did she run away? There she comes. Then she says, I'm 51 even. 50! I remember when she was 10, playing in the bands. But this lady continues to excel. She'll be bowling in the singles here this week, and she'll draw some attention. She won here 3 times. She's got 5 provincial team victories. She's a 6-time YBC national champion. She excelled in 10-pin, duck pin, and won gold medals as a coach as well. Connie Ward has done it all, and I hope she continues to do it all in 5-pin bowling. Connie Ward. I think we're going to have what time we got, Grace? We're going to have a 5-minute warm-up, and then we'll turn the lanes on to scoring, hopefully. So we'll get a chance to throw a few more balls. I hope I introduced everybody. If I missed somebody, I sincerely apologize, but I think they kind of lined them all up. Okay, let's see where the game is, and we'll throw a few more shots. We're here to this podium.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, somewhere in the middle there. I'll move it every now and again and catch this end, and then I'll do the same down there. We're not using either end, so.
Okay. Got that memorized?
right, don't forget everybody, we are streaming on 2 cameras. We are on camera 3 as well as 1. So if you want another look at it, see somebody that's new, go to stream number 3.
Kevin, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, aren't you? I owe you one of these.
Do you? Oh, what do you want?
Roger Davis, I owe you a program call. You've already got your pass from your coach.
I guess.
You will.
I'm not sure he wants me to
Well, you can sit there and tell him how to coach.
I might. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We got some high games in the bowling. Donnie Betts, I think, was the high with 286. Way to go, Donnie Betts. Jim Thorpe, 278. I think Gordon Hobson had 267. Good scores. Thank you, everybody, for bowling. Hopefully, like I say, wonderful to see everybody, and come back on Saturday. We'll have seating for you, and all that being said, if we don't see you, keep well till next season. Thank you.
Okay, if we can get the singles, the men's and ladies singles, please go over and see Rail and Kevin line up between 35 and 36. All men's and ladies singles champions between 35 and 36. Thank you.